Now, Fox 54 Legal Connect with attorney Katanga Wright.
Hi, I'm Jackie Lynch, and I'm back today with Katanga Wright. How are you, Katanga?
I'm great, Jackie. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Glad to have you here. We're getting these questions in like crazy by email, and here's a really cool one, subject we have not talked about yet. I suspect that my grandmother died with a will, and she promised me she was leaving me some property. My uncle, who I believe is the executor, he's refusing to probate the will. So I want to just ask real quick. In Georgia, what happens when an executor refuses to probate a will or fails to do it? What are the legal consequences of that?
This is a really good question, and one that we encounter surprisingly frequently.
Really?
Because sometimes people aren't happy about what is in the will. Perhaps maybe it's not in their favor, or maybe it includes beneficiaries that the executor doesn't necessarily agree with.
Okay.
The good news for those beneficiaries is that a will or an estate can be administered without the will, and the court can compel the production of the will after that petition has been filed with the court. So there are some legal consequences, obviously, for an executor who fails to act or fails to act properly. So if an executor is misappropriating money or misappropriating assets or doing things improper, those heirs and beneficiaries can petition the court to have that executor removed and a new one appointed.
Okay, so if they want to compel the executor to probate that will, how do they go about doing that?
Well, you know, obviously with something like this, you really want to talk to a probate attorney who has knowledge of how this process works. Right. After you do that, the process really begins with filing the correct petition. Right. And so once that petition is filed with the probate court, that puts the probate court on notice that there is a will. That executor is put on notice to say, hey, produce that will. We need a copy of that so that we can move forward with this probate. Now, obviously, the court is going to be looking for whether or not it's a valid will, whether or not it's the original will.
Okay.
Copies aren't preferred, right? If we got an original, we need that. So there are a number of things that need to happen at that point. But the main thing is getting the executor to do the right thing.
Right, and they can contact you if they need more information about this on how to go about doing this, right?
Absolutely.
How do they find you?
Yes, they can give us a call at 706-719-0303 or email your questions at legalconnect@wxtx.com.
We would love it. Thank you so much for watching us, and we'll see you on the next Legal Connect.